This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
Some timely lessons on coping with back-to-school anxiety. Welcome back to another edition of Real Answers. It's a regular Wednesday feature during the Family Life Noon Report, where we discuss the issues that matter to families with licensed mental health counselor Christopher Anderson. Welcome back in, Chris.
Thanks, Mark. Good to be here.
We were entering uncharted territory. Junior high school was a whole new ball of wax.
One of my favorite old TV shows, The Wonder Years, captured all of this so perfectly. Even though it's been decades for me personally, just mentioning back to school still brings a lot of strong memories rushing back. And not all of them are pleasant ones either. You know, heading back to class can be pretty traumatic stuff for a kid, especially if it's a new school.
Absolutely. And it could be a new school or just maybe moving to a new section of the building. Really, it all depends on the situation. But there's some good lessons in this. And I'm really excited to be able to delve into this and kind of get into some of the roots of this today.
You know, it has to be different now, too. In my pre-cell phone childhood, we might exchange some scouting reports on teachers or other kids over the summer, but social media, whole new ball game, and probably not even just for teens these days.
That's true. There's been a lot of movement in the area of how to regulate cell phone usage within the schools, and I'm very glad to see that a lot of schools are saying no more cell phones in classrooms. I think that's a fantastic move. But really, the core issues still kind of remain, and that is getting used to a new group of students, a new set of peers, new teachers, a new building, a new state maybe if you're moving around, and some good strategies out there on how to cope with these specific situational anxieties.
I suppose with any issue, it's always good to define the symptoms that we're looking for. There's certainly a healthy amount of butterflies in the stomach, as we used to put it, but when things are getting a little beyond that, what are some things maybe a parent should be on the lookout for?
Just watch for changes in your child's behaviors. For example, maybe a child that's more outgoing is suddenly more quiet, more reserved. Maybe a child that is normally sleeping very well is beginning not to sleep. And it could be more direct as well. Maybe they're actually coming right out and saying, I'm scared or I don't want to go to school. When normally, let's say in years past, the child has had a very good record, we'll say, of going to school, not having any social or issues whatsoever in school. So really it's just knowing your child and knowing what these patterns are and then looking for any changes in that. And again, it could also be, let's say a child that eats a lot is now not eating as much. So just be aware of some of these trends because you know your child the best. You know what your child has done previously. And if your child is just beginning kindergarten or going to a new building, just really understanding that maybe they don't know what's going on or they're not really sure how to handle it. You can even ask them. You don't have to wait to say, hey, how are you feeling about going to a new school? So you can even ask them directly if you want to as well.
I suppose it could cut both ways as far as the technology thing goes. You know, in the old days, a new teacher, new classroom was a total mystery. You show up day one and it's like, let's find out. But teachers now these days, they reach out with lesson plans, shopping lists, and all that. So I suppose hopefully that can take some of the anxiety away.
Well, if anything, I would say that takes away some of the parents' anxiety.
Yeah.
But really the fact that the students have to be the ones going to the new building, they're the ones that we need to be thinking about in terms of how to prepare them. Now, it might be specific. They might have orientation days for your students where they come in as a group to meet the teacher on a specific day. They might be doing them little groups at a time. It all depends on how your school's handling it. That doesn't mean that you can't still, if need be, arrange for a private meeting with the teacher or ask the school if you can come in and just help your student, especially if it's a brand new building or a new district, get them in there walking around the building. Say, okay, let's go find the cafeteria. So do it together. Maybe the teacher would be willing to do it with your child as well. Get them oriented to the layout of the school. Get them oriented to the main staff. For example, the principal, the nurse, the superintendent, and some of the support staff that they might see when they're in the new building so that as soon as they get there, it's not quite so unfamiliar. They have an idea of who they're going to see, where to find things. That can make a big difference as well. And if you do have any concerns about any previous, let's say, anxiety issues or any kind of behavioral concerns or mental health concerns with your child, don't hesitate to arrange for a pre-meeting with the school's guidance counselors or the school psychologists, those folks that are there to help. Doing some of this legwork ahead of time, doing some of this proactive introduction of your child into these situations can go a long way to helping to make these transitions a lot more smooth.
You're listening to Real Answers. I'm Mark Webster, along with licensed mental health counselor Christopher Anderson. We're talking about heading off some back-to-school anxiety. Like anything else in life, just feeling you're well prepared sure can make a big difference.
It sure can. It sure can. And it really can make a difference if you know as a parent that your child's anxiety is a lot less now because you're doing some of this preparation work ahead of time. It can make letting them get on that bus for the first time or dropping them off at the front doors for the first time a lot easier if you know that your child, instead of being really timid and afraid to get up in there, you see them trot right into the school or right up onto the bus without any concerns. And that's another thing. A bus, ask the school if the child can see the bus if they've never been on a bus before. That's a great way of just, again, doing some more orientation for the child ahead of time.
Yeah, it makes me think of the ending scene there in Forrest Gump when he gets on the school bus for the first time. Funny stuff. Here's a question. Are homeschoolers immune to all of this?
Not necessarily, especially if you have any kind of a co-op. If you get a homeschooling co-op where the child might, let's say, once or twice a week or otherwise be spending time with another homeschooling family or a group of children at a church or something like that. Again, it's just helping to make those transitions easier. So they might not have as much in the terms of having to get adjusted to new settings or new people, but that doesn't mean that there isn't there. So just think about within your own homeschooling plans, what they're going to be doing, what they're expected to do. And then that way you can also be proactive in helping them to get adjusted to their new school year as well.
School anxiety can, of course, be a valuable teaching moment here when it comes to trusting in God's plan and just his presence in our daily lives.
That's a great point, Mark, and how we address challenges. There's a kind of a pattern setting up here. You're understanding that there's going to be a challenge. You're helping your children to think through that challenge. Help them to draw on past experiences where they did difficult tasks or encountered difficult situations but got through them successfully. Keep reminding them of that. And then keep reminding them, too, that, hey, in a few hours, you'll be right back here, and I can't wait to talk about how it went. It's going to be so much fun. We'll have your favorite meal tonight, celebrate the first day of school, build the day up, and help them to be excited about what they can do and help them to be looking forward to things later on as well. You're creating a really special experience for them, even though these anxieties are there.
Maybe just a quick prayer just before they head out the door there.
I think that could be a great daily habit.
Absolutely.
With your children.
Yeah, and you got me thinking about coming home from school and smelling chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, that
was all worth it.
You got my vote. I kind of wish I'd grown up in your family, Mark.
Yeah. You've been listening to Real Answers, a Wednesday feature of the Family Life Noon Report, where we discuss the issues important to families with licensed mental health counselor Christopher Anderson. Thanks again, Chris.
Always my pleasure, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.